for the best grooming products for you. That's all natural and handcrafted too. We wanna help be a swagger. Your style, class, and luxury. Make our products that are made for you with high quality. Yeah. So get in style with the black, yeah. Company, give you swagger. Style, class, and luxury. In luxury, yeah. Black, gentleman, black, yeah. Company, give you swagger. Style, class, and luxury. In luxury, yeah.
Located at www.theblackgent.com.
Yo. What's good? It's Stormybman, and I am back. Welcoming you to the Friday Night Chop Session with Stormybman for this Friday, July 19th, 2024. This is number 151, the 151st show in the series of Friday Night Chop Sessions. And we're here again on the brink of another weekend of bouts from all over the world. We'll talk about a few of them and hopefully get through this show with some enlightenment and revelations that we can find regarding our beloved sport of boxing. There's always news filing in. There's some things that I may not want to talk about at this particular time. I know that there's always something going on circling around this gentleman. Well, I shouldn't even call him a gentleman, but you may know who I'm alluding to because I don't even want to say his name, but he's steadfast in the news and always has something going on. And then some of his contemporaries are still enabling the stuff that's going on, all stemming from April to today. I'm about sick of it, but it's one of the other reasons why I have on my main page a variety of content that you can bite into and enjoy to your heart's content. But it is something that should be addressed, but it just won't be addressed at this particular time. Yeah. I hope everybody's had a productive week. Me, I've had my ups and downs this week. Having a bout with the dentist. I put that in my community page post earlier in the week, little oral surgery, and I'm on the mend, coming back. But let me say this. For those of you who have hung in and tuned in to my weekly shows, my live streams. You know, we did a great live stream last night. The brother KG from Supreme Beast Boxing Talk and BSing on the Beltway joined me for a great discussion about boxing, punching power, and the skill sets that fighters have regarding boxing technique. So it's like we're always providing you with something, always, here. And if you didn't get a chance to catch that live, the good doctor had a lot to say, huh? So you should check us out, man, when we come together for those collaborations, because we have quite a bit of enlightenment for you. Yeah. So There's even a Golden Boy promotion on tonight on DAZN. If some of you aren't aware of that, the main event is featuring the return of Alexis Rocha. And he's taking on tonight Santiago Dominguez. We'll talk about that a little bit. But I'm going to tell you something. We were asking for more and more boxing. We're getting it. We're being inundated with boxing, unlike at any other particular time that I can have recent recollection of. It's boxing has been full tilt. I appreciate it, but I can't keep up with it all. So some of you gonna have to do your part, tune in, and remind Stormy of what he didn't see, huh? Yeah. Let's see. We're gonna take a moment and go out there to the chat, see who we got in the building this evening. You know, people come in here, but they don't write in the chat. They be peeping through the blinds and the bushes. Like typical pervs, huh? Yeah. As soon as I said that, a few fell off. Yeah, you, huh? Adrian Viet out there saying salute sensei. Lewis Hinton with the thumbs up. Jay Wayne, citizen, with Bruce Lee emojis. Macadus Mac of the South is back with us saying salute to the Grandmaster, Stormybman. Whatever Man is back after being away for a moment, saying salute Stormybman in the chat. Macadus Mac says we live and exclusive. Smash that like button. Yes, sir. Smash it. Antonio MMA is back with us saying good evening, Sensei. Right back at you, brother. Shelton is out there saying, it finally rained, so I'm not on fire anymore. Oh, yeah? Well, let me tell you something, Mr. Shelton. I got a can of gasoline in the garage and a full book of matches. What you think I could get done with that, huh? Yeah! Poof. Man, don't get me started, Shelton. Don't get me started. I told you guys Stormy is quick, man. They don't call me the sensei for nothing, huh? I'll be ready, locked and loaded, huh? Antonio says, the two of you, Sensei, KG and Stormy B-Man, is a phenomenal pairing. I like KG's boxing brain. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I like the brother's boxing brain as well, man. I love it, man. You know, when you can talk boxing with somebody who understands the X's and the O's and breaks it down from that perspective that I do, man, it's like we could sit and talk boxing all evening long. Absolutely. Shelter says, he's laughing out loud. Magadus Mac says, I love Fridays. Lamont Griffin is in the building saying blessings, Sensei, and salute to the chat. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Boy, I tell you, it's always good to have a sense of humor, though. Have some things to laugh about, man. Because life is like tough, man. People are really going through. This is a tough time in this world. We just got to do the best that we can, huh? We're talking about this Alexis Rocha card. You know, he's back tonight after having dealt, what's our guy's name? Blair Cobbs. Didn't he fight? No. I thought he did fight Blair. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. I gotta check something. He did fight Blair Cobbs. He fought Blair in March of 2022. Why do they not have it on his? Let me see something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I was looking at something else. The short end of his last 6 fights, he fought Blair inside of his last 7 fights. That's what that was. And in October of 2023, last year, Alexis was KO'd by Giovanni Santillan in 6 rounds. He was down twice in the 5th and once in round 7. And he was waved off. So Rocha is back tonight, and he's taking on a gentleman by the name of Santiago Dominguez from Mexico. Now, Santiago, it says that he is 27-0 with 20 KOs. But has he been feasting on a number of nobodies? He's 32 years of age, and it remains to be seen. But he appears to have only fought a bunch of Latin fighters. So maybe he's somebody with a nice record, but they brought him in to be a solid opponent for Alexis. Because, you know, Golden Boy was trying to bring Alexis along, but he couldn't get past Santillan. He was actually favored in that Santillan fight, I believe. So, you know, it is what it is. Some of these guys find out the hard way, don't they? They realize, oh my goodness, this is what a fight is really about. Not just a guy that come to lay down. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Who else we got in the building here? I see we got Isaiah W. is out there. NBA D Nice, what's happening with you? Good to see you guys. Lamont Griffin. Yeah. I was gonna premiere a video before tonight's show, It was supposed to start about 1/4 to the hour. And lo and behold, I put the wrong doggone date down. It'll premiere tomorrow night at 1/4 to the hour. So sorry about that mix up, but it's a video following up on the brother Khalil Cole. Cole, who fought last weekend, had a second round stoppage over Kwame Ritter. And he wants a piece of Joshua Buatsi, who's going to fight on the undercard of Dubois versus Joshua. And this brother's out of New Jersey. He wants all the smoke at light heavyweight, beginning with Joshua Buatsi. But Buatsi first has to get past Willie Hutchinson. Maybe not an easy task, maybe so. But boxing is ever evolving. I'm telling you guys, and you've heard it from me first, there is a tremor in the force. There is a shift about the competitive nature of certain fighters. We are about to see something that we haven't seen in years. There's a new crop of fighters who are interested in facing challenges. They're not worried about their records. They're not worried about where they're ranked. They just want to get in there and get it on. I told you, for those who have been following me longer than 6 months to a year, I've told you that it wouldn't always be what we've been witnessing. Guys ducking, dodging, avoiding, making excuses, putting down their opponents, saying that who have they fought and all of that foolishness. That's going to be replaced by men who are coming into this saying, next. You want to go right now? Yeah. And when boxing is that way, you can hang your hat that the sport is in good hands when you have fighters like that. Yeah, absolutely. So keep your mind and your ears open to this change, this shift in the paradigm, because it's long overdue and welcomed. But again, as I stated, we're talking about new blood. Yeah. Antonio says that's a good fight, really good fight with Willie and Joshua. Yeah, a good fight. And especially since the way that Buatsi's been fighting as of late, the inactivity and whatnot. Hey, man, Willie Hutchinson may be looking to pull off that victory. Joseph Curtis in the building saying salute Stormy and salute chat. Right back at you. It's the same way across all sports too, Sensei, which is interesting that you point that out, Sensei. Antonio MMA says. Listen, man, when you live long enough, you recognize that some things change. They go out of style. They come into style. They go right back out of style. Nothing lasts forever, man, except for BS, huh? BS will always last because there's always a patch of it somewhere on the ground or coming out of somebody or whatever. Even some monkeys fling it. So, you know, poo is going to be there regardless. Whatever man says, it's refreshing to see guys who want to fight each other. Yeah, absolutely, man. You know, I talk about this. It's important for guys to want to fight each other, to want to challenge, to want to test themselves, to want to see where they stand, to want to stand over someone else. Huh? There's nothing wrong with that because this is competition. And at the highest level, we're talking professional. Yes. You can go to my main page and just look at, I was talking with someone earlier today about this. Look at all the video content that I've put out. Plenty of names and bouts that I've covered. There's variety. Sprinkled in with a couple of kung fu joints here and there. But I do it, man. I do what I do. Look like we got a stoppage in this first Golden Boy fight. Antonio MMA says, we want to be great. Loss is a part of life. But to go down in history with guys who live forever is something truly special. Ali transitioned 10 plus years ago, and yet we mention his name almost daily. But Antonio, it's when you begin to mention other names that came before Ali and after and during his reign of prominence. That's when you become versed. It's very convenient to speak of Ali. Learn to use other figures to stress your point, to emphasize your position. Because you have fortified yourself when you get to that point. I'm constantly mentioning fighters that are outside of whom I'm most familiar with. And of course, as I stated countless times on this channel, Evander Holyfield was my favorite fighter. And I haven't replaced that with a new fighter. That's just who it is for me from history. It's he. But I'm always talking about other people than he. Always. I rarely mention he when I'm trying to stress what I'm speaking of regarding boxing and fighting. Though he could be someone that is a tremendous representation of what I may have to say in certain instances. It's always good to know the difference. Great to know the difference. Antonio says, besides, the only way we get to better is to face someone who forces you to raise your game and learn what you need to work on. Hashtag Prodigy back. Coming in a little lofty there tonight, aren't you there, Antonio? After being off the scene for a minute. just remember, Stormy got plenty of lessons, huh? I don't do this for show. I do this because I know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You know, I guessed that you would be the only one who would dare to come here. You've got courage.
Yeah. Just remember, my lessons stand strong.
You are not looking for anybody. You cannot find anybody. You do not have time to work for anybody. You have not heard a thing, nor seen a thing.
Yeah. He says, understood, Sensei. My favorite fighter, Salvador Sanchez. Then I'd love to leave the legacy he left in short in time, but he left too early. Okay. Somehow that seems like a lot to say. And he says, Sensei, and I don't want to be a fool, so I'd rather listen to the wise man who come before me like you. Uh-huh. It's a good way to try to make up for it, man. But believe me, huh? Even that doesn't fool me, huh? There is always a seat next to the door, huh? Yeah! Very few want to sit up front to get the lesson. Most want to sit in the middle or toward the back, huh? Rasheed Rook in the building saying, peaceful Friday, my brother Stormybman. How much are we as fans enablers for the fighters not challenging themselves? That's because a lot of you have become fanboys of the individuals, huh? Yeah, fanboys, huh? When you can be supporters of the sport. We say it all the time. How many content creators have you heard say, love the sport and not the individuals? You can like who you like, but understand that the overall sport is more important, because the guy that you like, he could be here for a season. He will be replaced by someone eventually. We all have our turn, but the sport continues on. So Rasheed Rourke, to answer your question, a lot of the burden falls on you guys. It really does. Look at the divide between people that prefer Tank Davis over Devin Haney, or Shakur Stevenson over Tank Davis, and so forth and so on, when all of them are boxers. And all of them should have been round robin fighting each other, but they haven't. And they don't because the sentiment of their supporters / Reed fans is such that it's no demand for it. The only thing that you demand is that they notice you when you writing in their DMs or something like that. So they can dance around in their underwear and wear painted nails and carry men's purses that is really women's purses. And you all support all the foolishness. When you don't tell them, man, put that stuff down and get your butt back in the gym so you can train to so I can see you whoop this guy. I want to see you whoop. See, you take it too far sometimes with the foolishness. It's just taken too far.
You can't intimidate me. Daniel, don't disrespect. Who do you think you are? You can't intimidate me. Daniel, don't disrespect. Who do you think you are?
Yeah. Yeah. Fanboys. You know, they used to call the women that follow the artists on the road groupies. It's a darn shame that men can be referred to as groupies in this sport of boxing. It's a darn shame. There's nothing flattering about that at all. Get your shit together, huh? Groupies. Dudes being called groupies. You know, I'ma say it like it needs to be said, huh? I'ma say it like it needs to be said. So if some of your feelings is hurt, toughen up, huh? Because there's going to be far more to hurt your feelings than what I said. Man, there's some kind of little gnat flying around in here. I got to kill him. What is he doing? I hate them things. I kill insects. He must die. I'm gonna do something a little different this evening. For the show. Let's see. I do this every once in a while, but I'm gonna do it this evening and see if we can kick something off as far as the conversation of boxing, because last Sunday, we didn't have a lot of participation. Yeah, so I'm gonna open up the call-in lines tonight. See if you guys wanna talk about some of the fights that's on the horizon, some of the fights we most recently had. See if we can get something out of the peanut gallery tonight, huh? With that. So, numbers up there on the screen for you guys. Check it out. Yeah. Steph Brown is out there. He says, "Be well, Stormy. Salute to our chat family here this evening. I'll definitely hit that rewind for sure. I still need to finish up the boxing talk with KG as well. God be with you. God be with you as well." Rashid Rourke says, "I detest flies. Flies are nasty, man. They are nasty." Did you guys check out Scrapbook Boxing's video that he dropped earlier this evening? Heck of a video, man. Scrapbook's video on his top 10 greatest fighters. Listen, that man be cooking. You guys gotta know. So, call lines are open, you guys. Let me hear from somebody. They got a big ring out there tonight for Golden Boy. They must want Rocha to be able to move around, because that guy, Dominguez, is a puncher. They want Rocha to be able to get out of the way. Hopefully, Dominguez knows how to cut the ring off, huh? Yeah. Jimmy Bernard is out there. He says, "What's good, Sensei? Salute to the chat. Sorry for being late. We'll catch the replay. Smash the like button." F plus for Jimmy Bernard. Coming in late, making excuses, and already dedicating himself to watching the replay, and the show is still in progress. You see, you don't know how to come and slide on into your seat and wait for the sensei to acknowledge. But I give you your F plus as quick as you put them 100s in the chat message, huh? Well earned F plus for tonight. Yeah. See, you guys be early for all the bull crap. You be early. Free chicken, all of that kind of stuff. You be... Okay, who we got here now? Okay, we got 949 in the building. Who's calling? What's on your mind? Welcome to the show.
Yes, sir. What's going on, Stormy? It's Steph Brown.
Steph, what's happening, bro? What's happening?
Not much, brother. Just driving home from work, and here I am, being the first to call in.
Yes, sir.
Definitely.
It's all good, man. Welcome.
Yes, sir. Salute to our chat family as well again. The only thing, Stormy, on my mind is I can't wait for Arthur and Dimitri to get it on, man. I think I've told you once in the chat before, and this was pre-injury to Arthur. I was going to roll with Dimitri Bivol winning that with a massive upset. I just really like the way how he's fighting lately, and I keep referencing the Canelo fight and the Lardo fight. I thought that was masterclass boxing by that youngster there. He does things to really impress the judges, and especially in that Lardo fight where he keeps the fight in the center of the ring. So when the judges can see that and see you moving and trying to apply pressure and throwing your punches, I think that wins rounds. And perhaps in Arthur's case, it might be too late to get him started, but I know he's going to be ferocious as well. I know this is a fight that he wants as well, but I'm just really stoked for it, Stormy. I really think Dimitri is going to shock the world come in October. Can't wait. Can't wait.
Well, it's good that you have the enthusiasm about the guy that you support, man. Listen, and there are some great points that you make about the strengths of Bivol. My problem now is, and it wasn't until this latest setback for Arthur, and he's close to 40 now. His body is breaking down. He's getting hurt too much, injured too much, and stuff like that. And eventually that stuff catches up to you. Bivol still appears to be in some sort of a prime, but I'm going to tell you that Arthur can still get him, but I don't know that he'll be able to get him the way I figured that he could get him prior to this last injury. I guess it was a knee meniscus or something. I don't know, man. It's like when guys' bodies start breaking down like that, I get very worried about them because it's telling me that they're not durable anymore. And for someone who's not like a very active guy to begin with, Bitterbeef, I don't know. It's just, but Dimitri, if he goes into the fight and he's favored, that might be enough of a motivating tool for Arthur to come on and try to do something. Maybe it should go that way. Maybe the pendulum in that fight should swing toward Dimitri being a favor. But I'm going to tell you that Arthur Bitterbeef is one of the best finishers in the game, man. And a lot of people look at him as a destructive puncher, but he's a boxer puncher. he does things of subtlety that the common person doesn't see. You just see the end results. But what sets up what he does very well. Dimitri fights well from mid-range to outside, but he has an Achilles going into this fight. He doesn't punch hard. He doesn't knock guys out. And Arthur is as tough as nails anyway. And pity-patting against him and everything ain't going to help. If you can't sit down on something to make him respect you, he's going to get you eventually. And he knows he has 12 rounds to work with. And so what he does is he's not looking to get you in the first round. He's not looking to get you in the fourth or the fifth. He's not even looking to get you in the seventh or the eighth. It's just that typically around the seventh and the eighth is when the opponent begins to show signs of wear, tear, fear, and wanting to get the hell out of there. Yeah.
Okay. A couple things then. I keep mentioning the Lardo fight. Every time Lardo would press Dimitri there, he had something to hit him downstairs and stop him in his tracks. So my hope it would be that he would be sitting down on those punches and setting him up. And then secondly, you're right about Arthur. Arthur is every sense of the word pound for pound. I mean, he is destructive action, and like you said there, he sets things up for the later outcome. I won't ever forget that interview you did with his trainer, and his trainer was dropping nuggets for us on how they go about their business. So I will be keeping that in mind. And then lastly, you said something back there about the wear and tear, and made my mind think of Lomachenko and company and guys like that who come from the Far East. Do you think, Stormy, I mean, those guys usually have a competitive longevity of fights. Obviously, you think that accumulates over time, and do you think they're fighting a little bit too much in the amateurs? Is my question.
Well, at a certain stage, a fighter should understand and know how to preserve himself. Like Alexander Usyk is a master of that. He knows how to preserve himself during a live action fight without so-called taking rounds off like guys can be known to do. A fighter like Bitterbeef, the way I've seen him get after people, see, because of the knockout ratio and the success he's had with the stoppages, all of his 20 fights are knockouts, and he's a unified champion. Typically, when a fighter puts on that type of impression, what you think about is the guys who are falling. But you rarely think about how they fell. He's not just clocking someone upside the head and it's over, like a Mike Tyson or something. He breaks them down through attrition. One of the greatest examples of what I'm talking about was his fight against Anthony Yarde. Anthony Yarde was bigger, younger, stronger, faster, more athletic, and looking like the future of the division. But in there against Arthur, the pressure, the punch placement, the cutting off of the ring, and overall strength that Arthur brought weighed on Anthony tremendously. And by the time he began to falter, because remember, he went down, he got up like a champion does. He got up to resume fighting. But then as Arthur began to step it up, his corner stopped it, which was greatly admirable, and I'd advise it. Teddy Atlas should have did the same for Gavaskic when he fought Arthur. But where I'm going with what I'm saying is this. When that fight was stopped, Arthur went back to his corner and told his cornerman, damn, I was just getting started.
I remember. I also remember in that interview his trainer telling us that, or he's not fully warmed up until the championship round.
Dude,
That's
that's frightening. That's frightening because he was in a fight. Yard can fight. He really can. But by the time he was stopped, Arthur said, "Oh, I was just getting going."
Oh, man.
What else could he have done? You understand what I'm saying? And I do believe that Dimitri Bivol will suffer the same fate. It's just that, yeah, I haven't changed that. Listen, it comes down to a thing of like fighters like Arthur Bitterby, fighters like Terrence Bud Crawford, fighters like who else could I think of when I'm talking about this? Let me see. Maybe David Benavidez. What they do is they show you that they're good enough to turn back the challenges that they face. But even when someone takes them to another level, they seem to meet that level effortlessly in the outcome, not while it's happening, but in the outcome, when you have to look back and say, well, he did really kind of like break the guy down and he got to him later and this and that. It's like, remember, we live in a microwave society. People are thinking, get it done quickly. So even in the boxing matches, if someone isn't stopping somebody in a couple of rounds or whatever, people are prone to say it's boring. And that's not necessarily the case. Because boxing, just like baseball, is one of the only sports that it could end just like that. You know, you could be in baseball, you got a team, you're up 5-1, right? And it's the bottom of the ninth. You're at bat. You're down. You got the bases loaded. You hit a grand slam. Game over. You see what I'm saying? It's a finale just like that. And you never saw it coming because you're like, man, they can't score 5 runs to go ahead. You know what I mean? It's like we got 2 outs. You know, their pitcher is pitching some good stuff. But then all of a sudden he walks a guy. He accidentally hits a guy. Then a guy gets a base hit. Oh, the bases are loaded. Then you got this guy coming in for somebody who was supposed to bat, but the coach made a last-minute decision and say, I'm going to take the regular guy out. We're at the end of the game. I'm going to put my pinch hitter in there. He put the pinch hitter in there. He hits a grand slam. Boom. All of a sudden, game over.
That's a really good analogy, Stormy, because that's exactly how Arthur fights.
Exactly. And it's like, and don't let Bivol do something that might hurt him. Like get a bad cut on his eye or an eye starts to close or something like that where he has to turn it up. Do you understand? Then you're in jeopardy then. But I'll say this. Bivol, with the way he boxes, he could possibly box his way, lulling Arthur to sleep. That he ain't going to try to start no mess. He just going to be there to do this and do that, keep it real simple and basic. And Arthur happens to get bored and don't have that sense of urgency like, forget this, I'm going to go get this guy. But he hasn't shown us to be that type of person in 20 fights. So you got 3 factors that can be in Bivol's favor. The age factor, the fact that his body is breaking down, the inactivity, and then lastly, if Arthur happens to just like be unmotivated or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's like, because those things could happen. They're what my brother Curtis Anderson, salute to him, aka Kurt Sugar, he used to refer to as the intangibles. intangibles are often never attributed to your final pick of how you think a fight gonna go, which is why I don't necessarily like to get into picking who wins as opposed to breaking down the fight and what we might witness, because the intangibles are the unforeseen factors.
Yes, sir.
And
I agree.
It gives you a greater understanding when you refer to intangibles. I just gave you several for both guys.
Yes, you did. You broke that down. Analogies and all. You gave me a little food for thought there.
Yeah.
Food for thought. No doubt.
So I'm not saying
No
that,
doubt.
Bivol gets washed, or whatever. I'm saying that there are opportunities that he could seize to be victorious. But boy, is it a tough hill to climb against this particular guy. You know what I mean?
You're going to have to weather a storm. No doubt. A few.
Yeah.
No doubt, Storm. What about you, before I get out of here, sir? I just pulled up to my home here. You doing all right this evening?
Yeah, I'm battling back. I had oral surgery earlier in the week, and so that's why I couldn't do my Tuesday tussle and everything. But I'm on the mend. I'm coming around, taking these meds and stuff that, it make me feel a little drowsy, make me feel a little, not 100%, but at least the pain and stuff that I had prior is all of that is kind of done. So.
Good. Excellent.
So I'll be back to talking my crap more than ever once I feel 100%.
Appreciate you, Stormy. Thank you.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you,
channels,
man. Thank you for calling.
Channels, no problem. I'm gonna hop back in the chat and walk around the block with the doggies.
All right, man. Take it easy, bro.
No problem, man. You too. God
All
bless,
right.
sir.
Peace. That's the brother Steph Brown, man. Always a great supporter coming in. First call of the show. Doesn't have to be the only call. You guys can call in. We can talk about what you want to talk about tonight. It's boxing. We had a couple more people come into the building. Royal Constrictor, Michael Ray II. Man, Jimmy Bernard says, I deserve it. Yes, you do, Jimmy Bernard. You do deserve it. That's why Stormy capitalized on dishing out that F+ to you early on. You know I do what I do, huh? Failing grades. You got to come back. Make up. Yeah. Sheena just popped into the building with those channel emojis. Appreciate that, Sheena. You're still late though. You coming in here. You know how Stormy like to see the channel emojis, huh? But he don't like to see you coming in an hour late, huh? Because there's so much that happened in class. I ain't going over some stuff. So you can grab one of them chairs right next there to the brother Jimmy Bernard, and y'all could pass notes to each other. Yeah. Yeah, let's get some more calls, man. Come on. Come on, Cletus. Come on. Get some more calls in here. See what you guys got to say. Accountability, man. That's the name of the channel. Accountability, huh? See, Jimmy Bernard, he done hid back there now. He trying to pretend like he ain't even in the room. We know you in there, man. See, you come in there with that Bart Simpson, that Homer Simpson, huh? Yeah. You know Stormy be paying attention to that, huh? I'm talking about you. Yeah, you. Calling Jimmy Bernard. What was that? What'd he say?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
Yeah. Yeah, when I give out them F pluses, they be looking at me with that AJ hate stare, huh? Be like, when you hear that F plus, you be sitting up there.
But it's the pressure, though. I understand the pressure, but God built us different. Did you just tell me that?
Told y'all Jimmy done disappeared when AWOL slipped into the blinds and the bushes. Yeah, that's you know what, Steph Brown, it's like that lets you know about people, their personalities. They can type, but they can't speak, which is also why you read such bad typing, huh? It's like the sentences be off, words misspelled, and all of that stuff People don't want to really expose themselves. I'm not exposing anyone, but it's the lack of that. If they do dare venture out, they make that mistake, not me, huh? Yeah. And we've had well over 100 views for tonight's show. Where they at, though? Where they at? We're inviting to have conversation about the sport. I'm gonna put something up here on the screen for my man Steph Brown. This is Steph Brown. This is what he calls living the dream, huh? Yeah, huh? Living the dream. That's what you call that. Pounding Canelo into submission. Yeah. That's what I do there, Steph. I keep stuff in reserve. But I want people to see their legend, Canelo, in his glory right here on this clip. First time I saw it, I was like, oh, that's perfect. Perfect. Salute to the brother Trignoti. I see you out there. What's happening, man? Trignoti in the building. Trignoti said it looks like Bivol was putting gloves on Canelo. What do you mean looks like? Shit, that's clearly evident. He could be more precise. I don't see none of that pounding to the chest by Canelo, waving him in like, come on, let's go. He covering up, huh? Cowering might be a better word. Oops, did I say that? I sure did. It applies, huh? They showing Shakur beating up people in the ring. Sheena's asking, Stormy, do you think that Bud could beat Canelo? Oh, for sure. I think he could beat him. He has a different temperament than these other fighters that Canelo has fought. Like guys like Mel Charlo. Mel Charlo went up to fight Canelo. A perceived harder fight than to fight Bud. What does that tell you? When Charlo was sitting back there in that 5th or 6th row and Bud dropped Earl Spence and went over to the ropes and said, "You next." Mel's nuts shrank like Ant-Man. Shh. His nuts disappeared out of his pants. He said, "Where's Canelo at?" All that talking, huh? He'd rather give up all the belts and everything than to get in there and get his ass whooped by Bud Crawford. Keep telling you, I watch these guys, man. I'm like, you know what? Some of these dudes are not built right. They're not. He could slap cell phones out of civilians' hands and stuff at fights, huh? He could go up and talk and get in the face of people who don't know nothing about him, huh? And act tough. But he can't get in there with Bud Crawford. And see, Bud told you guys, he said he wanted Mel for personal reasons. He didn't want him for his belts. That would have just been, you know, a little bit of extra gravy, huh? But he wanted him because he was talking stuff. And he said that. You see how he beat Sean Porter? And Sean Porter was a friend. Imagine if Sean Porter was an enemy. He should have beat Sean Porter like an enemy after Sean sat up there on that dais and made them damn stupid comments about Deontay Wilder with Larry Merchant and everything. But Bud probably wasn't thinking about that at the time. And then he came recently and said what he said about this other young kid that everybody is blowing up the airwaves talking about and everything with negativity that he spewed forth. But I don't even want to mention the guy's name because he ain't worth it. But you know who I'm talking about. He fought my man, you know, Devin. So, yeah. Tricknoty says, Stormy, one Bud hater who called the fight on his channel. I recorded his audio and made a ringtone out of it. Man, Bud had Mel Charlo so shook, man. He didn't even know what to say, huh? Remember, he was talking about what Spence was going to do to him and everything. Be quiet. Take less money. Remember all that stuff he said? Wait a minute. I think I even got it on my soundboard still. I had thought about erasing it once, once he went up there and gave us that no-show to Canelo. Yeah. This was Mel talking stuff to Bud. Remember that on social media?
Shut up. Take a little bit less money. Be quiet.
Yeah. Remember him saying that? Remember he said that?
Shut up. Take a little bit less money. Be quiet. But see, Bud came back after that when Mel said that stuff. After he whooped Earl, remember what Bud said at the post-fight press conference? I remember. I'm going to help you remember.
Well, I've been telling each and every one of y'all for years. A lot of y'all over here looking sad. Ellie, you looking like a retarded ass dude over there because you was going against me. You know what I mean? But all in all, you know, I get to say I told y'all, because I've been asking for these fights for years, and y'all been saying, oh, he's too small, he's gonna get this, he's gonna get broken. And each and every time that I step up, I proved y'all wrong.
See, them receipts is a mother, ain't they, huh? You know how people go shopping most times now, and they say, you want your receipt? You be like, nah, you can keep it. And then you end up, I got to take it back. And they say, do you have a receipt? No, I don't have a receipt. I'm sorry, we can't help you. You see what I'm saying? So always get your receipts, huh? And when Stormybman pull out the receipts, then y'all go, oh. But it ain't no astonishment. No astonishment.
this is what we do. This is what we do. You know, I try to tell you all the time. It's like, listen, just stay the course, huh? Don't be out here trying to act all mightier than thou and all of that. There's always a tougher, bigger, stronger, faster dude or dudette, huh? But people don't want to listen. Trignoti says, Stormy, did Earl even pinch Bud? Bud looked like he just woke up. Earl looked like he fought Joe Hip when Bruce Seldon fought him. Hey, man. Look. Bud told you himself when the fight happened. He said Earl hit him with a shot. Boom. He was like, that's it? You in for a long night, brother. I guess I'll have to mention this foolishness here. Tomorrow night, there'll be Jake Paul taking on that dude Mike Perry, the bare fist fighter. Another setup for Jake Paul. And then later, I guess in the fall, he gonna fight Mike Tyson. So it is what it is, you know. It is what it is. I don't care for the Paul guy. I ain't spending no money on him pay-per-view. He's not a real boxer. He's an entertainer. To hell with him. You know. Just watch the knockout on DAZN. It's like, man, these guys they were going for it. Nobody else wants to call in. I guess I'll shut down the phone lines then. Here come Jay. Salute, I'm super late. Yeah, you super late. That's why we done put all the dinner up. None for you. Huh? You gotta go home and eat a sandwich or something. Our dinner, the kitchen is closed. Huh? Coming in here late like that. Yeah, everybody got an excuse there, Jay. Everybody, huh? The dog ate my homework, huh? But hey, listen, it is what it is, huh? Stormy got the kind of content that your kids can listen to and they can learn something. You know what I'm saying? They be like, Dad, What's that wise man again? Oh, that's the sensei. I like him. Yeah. Yep. He puts on a show. Mm-hmm. But I'm gonna have to wind it down, you guys. I gotta go take my meds. Feel a little pain coming on, so gotta do my thing. Keep myself going. But not before we hear from my man, the Focus Ball, huh? Yeah.
Get ready to take your striking game to the next level with the Focus Ball. Dramatically improved footwork, timing, head movement, hand-eye coordination, reflex, and overall fight IQ. It's lightweight and extremely portable, so you can train every time, everywhere. When you don't have a coach to do mitt work, get a Focus Ball. When you don't have a heavy bag to hit, get a Focus Ball. When you don't have a sparring partner, get yourself a Focus Ball. And when you just want to have fun punching and kicking, get a Focus Ball. When you train with the Focus Ball, you train your eyes and your brain to read punches so that you can hit and not get hit, making this very simple device a must-have for all combat sports athletes and enthusiasts alike. So if you want to take your striking game to the next level, don't wait. Get the Focus Ball now.
Yeah. Got to get you some of that merchandise, man. Focus Ball or something under the Stormybman brand. But with that being said, man, we're going to get on up out of here. You guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. There are fights to behold and fight stories to be told. Yeah, bars. And I'll be tuning in. Maybe there'll be a post-fight show tomorrow. Depends on if the action is kind of stellar. But I'll be needing a break sometimes too, you know. Like some of you. You guys take breaks away from Stormybman's channel and then pop back in. Hey, Sensei, as if I didn't notice you were gone, huh? So you just left me and didn't give no explanation and showed back up like the prodigal children you are and think that I'm just supposed to welcome you with open arms. Well, I will open my arms, huh? But what's going to be in between them is the strap, huh? To spank that butt, because you shouldn't be taking off from Stormy for, you know, all that other foolishness out there. Get you some of the good stuff from the Stormybman channel, man. That's what it is, huh? And if you ain't smart enough to figure that out, you ain't gonna make it. Yeah! So, shout out to the mighty LDBC. Catch you on the next one. Peace.